Hi everyone, welcome to NihaSoft. In this tutorial, I will be explaining how to develop Oracle Apex applications from scratch. So here I have taken issue tracker as an example for the demo purpose. So please subscribe to my channel so that you guys will be notified whenever any new tutorial I upload. Okay, so now first I will log into the application, then we will go through the screens, then we will start developing the application. So in this application I am using custom authentication. So in future videos we will learn what is custom authentication and how to develop those things. Okay, so this is the application issue tracker. So we have the side menu here, so with all the available options like dashboard, issues, Kanban board, reports, audit log, and we have the setup. Once we click on the setup, the setup menu have different options like user access, issue configuration, workflow, and others. So um, so let me go through the users and access. So what is this users and access? In this particular menu, so we will be managing users, that means the application's users, this application user, and we have user group or roles, and we have the app permissions. Okay, so so why these things are required here? So these things are required because users anyway they are required to use the application. Then why user group is required? Okay, so user group is nothing but project manager, developer, tester, reporter, viewer, different persons who is going to use the application. Okay, so they are comes under user groups. So we have app permissions. What is these app permissions and why these things are required? For example, assume that assume that there is a project manager or developer or tester, any user group. Suppose if we don't want to show this particular Kanban board or reports, if you want to just show this reports to project managers, okay, so in that case that will be handled through the permissions. So for that purpose we need the permissions. These permissions are linked to user groups, and user groups are linked to the particular users. For example, if I go to the user, currently there is two users are there in this application, and if I click particular user beam, this user group beam is having the admin group. Okay, so we can assign multiple user group for a particular users. Okay, so this is the real time scenario. All the applications it will be following in the real time. So there are some applications they will be following, one user will be having only one role. Okay, so this is very minimum applications will be having this. So this all things, everything, it is dependent on the business requirement. Okay, so but in 90% of the applications, we can say that it it should be fine if we develop it is multi user group based application. Okay, so always try to develop the application that is going to support multiple groups for a particular user. So here we are going to do the same thing. Okay, so for that purpose we have this setup menu, and under that setup menu we have users, user group, and app permissions. Then we have something called issue configurations. What is this issue configuration? As we are developing the issue tracker, so there will be some kind of lookups. Okay, that means issue status, issue priority, issue type, issues severity. Okay, so all these, like we can say drop down values or pre-configured values or lookups, those things we will be maintaining in some tables. Those things will be handled by particular user group. Okay, so it is kind of application setting. So for that purpose I have kept those things under setup and issue configuration. So as these things related to configuration for the issue tracker, I named it like a issue configuration. So once I go to the issue status, so there are different status like new, in progress, resolved, closed, reopened, pending, testing. So I have code and label. Okay, so um, this is just a overview tutorial. The first episode will be overview tutorial, and in upcoming tutorial I will be explaining why we need code, why we need label, display order, so active status, why we need. So all these things I will be explaining in detail. So these are the statuses for the issue. Then if I go back to the issue configuration again, there is issue priority like low, medium, high, critical. Okay, so again I'll go back, and if I go to the issue type, there in the issue there is different types are there. So the issue might be bug, it might be task, it might be a feature, it might be improvement. Okay, so like that. Again, if I go back to the issue configuration, there is severity, like whether it is a blocker, whether it is critical issue, major issue, minor issue. Okay, so like this we will be having different issue severity. Again I'll go back to issue configuration. Okay, so these are four options we will be having in issue configuration. So now I'll go back to workflow. So in this workflow, like transition, so for example, issue from open states to new state, or from open state to in progress. So like that, we are defining the transition of the issue. So issue cannot directly go from, like for example, from open to closed directly. It should be in progress. It should be testing, test completed, resolved, reopened. So like that, the flow we are defining here in the setup. Then we have something called issue resolution. Okay, so whether it is fixed, done, won't fix, whether it is a duplicate issue, cannot reproduce. So like that we have the resolution codes. Okay, so then I have some common settings, and I kept them under others. Those are like labels, projects, custom fields. Okay, so in the labels, something called UI related issue, backend, API, database, security, performance, enhancement. Okay, so these are the labels for the issue tracker or issue. So so there is also project configuration is there. So this particular issue tracker can be used for different projects. So currently I have one project here, that is a default project. And if you want to create one more project, there is a project creation form is there. So using this form, admin or whoever have access to this particular screen, they can create the project. Okay, then we have something called custom field. uh, so these are the custom field. If you want to create particular custom field within the form, so we can handle through this way. Okay, so hope um, this particular setup menu configurations are understood. So now I'm going back to dashboard. Okay, so here in the dashboard I will be having my open issues. So this is nothing but so I am the user. I created some issues and its status is still open, it is not closed or resolved. So those count it will show here in this KPI and assigned to me. If I may if any issue is assigned for me for resolving. Okay, so those count it will show here. Then critical issues, overdue issues, then recently closed issues, like that it will show the KPI. And below I have some report, that is recently updated issue, like title, status, priority, assignee, updated by, and updated date time. So based on this it will show recently updated issue. Okay, in the dashboard. Then if I go to the issue screen, so there is a report is there for all the issues which are present in the system. Then if you want to create the issue, we will be using this button. I'm not going in detail in this video. Then we have something called Kanban board. Here we can see all the issues which with statuses, like open issue. There are 8 open issues in the system, and there are 7 in progress issues in the system. There is 2 pending issues in the system. There is one issue which is in testing stage, one resolved, and we can say, sorry, Okay, so 7 closed issues and 2 reopened issues are there in the system. Also, this Kanban board, it is drag and drop kind of things, so you can directly uh, drag and drop. Okay, so you can notice here the status is updated for particular issue. For example, if I want to move this 57 issue 57, I want to move to in progress state. Okay, so it is updated automatically. And if I want to see particular status of particular issue, so I can click here and it will go to that particular issue. Okay, so then that is comes under Kanban board. Then I have some kind of charts in this application, so we will learn each and everything whatever we are seeing here, so everything it will be covered in the tutorial. Then we have something called audit log. Okay, then we have something called here notifications. Whenever any notification is triggered in the system, it will show here. And also there is a functionality to read, to mark all notifications as read. Okay, so currently status of all these notifications are unread. Okay, so there are some notifications here, though they are already read. So the status automatically updated. And we can also user can also navigate to particular issue by clicking this particular button. Okay, also there is a password update functionality. Suppose if user want to change his current password, okay, so this is the way they can change. They need to use enter the current password, then they need to enter the new password and confirm the new password, and if they click this update button, password is going to change. Also, in the home page, if assume that if user forgot the password, there is a functionality of forgot password that also implemented in this issue tracker application. So all these things you guys will be going to learn. So please again please subscribe to this channel, so that if I upload any new videos, so it you guys will be notified. So thanks for watching this overview tutorial. Please watch the next episode for real time development of this particular application. Thank you.